Hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Alright, let's microphone. Hello. 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 Captions. Do they exist? Period. Yes, they do. Exclamation point. I did say hello. 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 Hello, and welcome to Movie Phone. Okay, I'll be right there. Okay.
Hello, nurse. Hello.
Hello, welcome in. Let's try that again. Let's say hi. You're right on time. You're right on time. Let's say hi. Let's just say all those same things again, just shorter. We get the opportunity.
Hello.
We get the opportunity. Fellas, welcome in. Hello. Shayna, welcome in.
Hello.
Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, Cyborg. See, I will say all this again. Cyborg, thank you for 12 months of hanging out. Thank you for being part of the community for longer than that. But 12 months of a tier 1 natural subscription, those are the best kind of subscriptions, and I appreciate you. Baker, welcome in. Good day. Fudge darling, good day. Hello. Hello. All right, now we're back. Now we're back to where I was when we discovered that I was muted. Well, y'all discovered that I was muted. Mr. Miami Cool, welcome in. Hello. Samikin, welcome in. Good afternoon. Sofluff, hello. Excuse me. Good afternoon. I ate an entire bag of candied pecans at the playground this afternoon, and I regret it. Boris, welcome in. Good afternoon. I only regret it because I now am full of pecans and have like belches and hiccups happening. Judo, just Judo, welcome in. Judo, welcome in. Broccoli, welcome in. Daisy is here. Where is Daisy? I just heard her. She was on the steps a second ago. She's making her way around. She'll be around today, I'm sure. She's been what's the right way to put it? She's been restless. Restless is the word I'm searching for. Why is my white balance off? What if I was really, really, really red? All right, I hope that goes back to the way it was and doesn't lock like that, like it did yesterday with the focus. There we go. That's better. Can we get... Hey, the camera works again. Look at that. Look, the camera works. It only works for now. Check your compost bin. She was like on it yesterday. She was wow. She was feisty yesterday. The compost bin, she like every chance she got, I saw her in the compost bin. And I was just like, what are we doing here? I know what you're doing there. You're trying to get into the compost bin, obviously. All right, I need to turn the closed captions off on the side of my screen. They're distracting me today. They're not usually distracting me. I usually leave them on, but today they're just like, it's like right on the side of my peripheral vision. Okay, what are we doing today? We're making pasta. But I think I put it in Discord. Maybe it was in Discord in the stream schedule. Let me see if I did or not. Did I actually say what kind of beans? Yeah, so I got so in Discord it says about dinner today. So I got these dried lupini beans and have orzo and crushed tomatoes. So I'm gonna make something from that. I'm not. The reason is, when I looked up how to cook lupini beans, there's in the Instant Pot, really, really important that I mentioned cooking them in the Instant Pot, because apparently that's not a thing you can do, which I didn't realize when I bought them. Well, I didn't. I guess when I bought them, I thought like I would figure it out, right? They're dried beans. Of course, you can cook them in the Instant Pot. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Okay, Calvin should be walking in the door before that timer goes off. But like I looked up, right? Like I searched the internet and it was like I put in the terms like lupini bean, dry, Instant Pot, cook, right? How do you Google things, right? There's no information about cooking these beans in an Instant Pot, and there's an abundance of information and a lot of uncertainty, or a lot of like opinions about how long you have to soak these beans first before you can cook them so that they don't turn bitter. Some people recommend soaking them for up to a week and changing the water multiple times a day and all that. Some people say you just need to soak them overnight. Nowhere did I find someone that said, yes, just put them in the Instant Pot for X amount of time under X pressure with X amount of liquid and salt and whatever, and then they're done and good. I did not find that information. The only place that information was made available was on Google's like AI search results or whatever, which I then like went back up to the top box and put my same search term minus AI. Did you know you can do that? You type like minus AI and it does not spit out like the page of bullshit at the top. Anyway, so long story short, we're not going to make the lupini beans today because I did not start soaking them on Monday or last Wednesday, depending on who you ask on the internet. So we're going to change. We're going to adjust, and that's okay. We're going to make a little change. They're basically like, I don't trust that I could put them in there for like 30, 40 minutes or whatever and have them be the way that they're supposed to be. Judo, we were talking about my dog, Daisy. Daisy had her whole head in the compost bin yesterday, and while I was streaming, like, managed to take out something from the bin and like run across the room with it. And I chased her down, and anyway, she'd swallowed it before that I could figure out what it was. So, Josie made friends with the guy who came by from the insurance company. Amazing. Hopefully Josie was a good little influencer to get you all of the payout that you deserve. Sita, welcome in. I see you with your cookie club entry. Get your cookie club entries in if you've got the points and want them. It's a pretty slow month in general. I've streamed a lot less this month, so we have less cookie club entries than usual at the moment. Broccoli, is the Instant Pot just a newfangled pressure cooker? Yes. Yeah, basically. The nice thing about an Instant Pot is you can saute in it. So you can do like, if you want to make like red beans and rice real quick, you can do the mirepoix in the bottom and saute it. And then you just like put the stuff in and put the cap on and pressurize. And hopefully it doesn't blow the lid through the ceiling. Dan, welcome in. Nice to see you. Dan, did I get you down for 140 check-ins? I feel like I did the last time. But you're at 141, so I feel like I maybe missed it. Let me check. We'll check on it. I'm gonna write it down anyway. Are the lupini beans the chunky ones? Yes. Calvin's home. Okay. Good. I'll show you the lupini beans because I liked them. I bought them because they were interesting in shape. I assumed a cat from her being feisty. No, Daisy's not usually she's not usually a troublemaker, right? She just barks a lot and lays around on the couch. Like, she doesn't do much. But yesterday she was like a little extra, running around the house, begging a lot, trying to get into the compost bin, trying to like wedge herself between the trash can over here. Philly cheesesteak ravioli. I wish Master Splits. Those would be really good, actually. Like a little bit of shaved beef and some cheese whiz and onion inside of a ravioli with like a cheese whiz sauce. Oh man. Or maybe you could do like a Parmesan sauce. Whatever. Drink more, cook less, Robbie. Welcome in. Good to see you. Oh, just a new insurance. Oh, okay. Well then, hopefully they had a good experience and like animals. Hello. You made it. Okay. Was that too early or was that good timing? Good timing? Okay, good. Good. Your uniform is in the dryer. Your iPad is upstairs, and your headphones are upstairs. If you want a little something, you may have a little something along with maybe some grapes or something. Okay. Mom's on a call. She'll be finished in a few minutes. And a few minutes? Maybe. She might be finished now. But don't bother her until she comes out, okay? All right. Okay, she's done. Dan, good. I got you then. Fudge darling, yeah, she just like sticks her head in the compost bin. It like smells like rotten food, so she loves it. These are lupini beans in their dry bag. They're dry. Obviously, they're dry, but they're like lima beans. They're like kind of large, right? Like they're not small beans. You've only ever had them pickled. I would definitely eat these pickled. I would definitely also eat these with like a bunch of olive oil and some bread. Yeah, they were fascinating. They look like oyster crackers. Broccoli, that's a great observation and extremely accurate. These look exactly like oyster crackers. You're not wrong. That is funny. They do look like oyster crackers, although these would break your teeth in half, I think, if you tried to eat them, whereas oyster crackers are delicious. And don't do that. Dan, thank you for the resub. I appreciate you. A natural tier 1 resub. We love those. The ones where you actually like hit subscribe are super cool. Those are the subscriptions that are just like the good ones. No offense to anyone who's like I love a Prime sub too. I love a gifted sub. But the ones where someone's like, I'm gonna hit subscribe, those are great. Those are like delicious. It would be a disappointing mistake, yes. And a critical one too. Although if you were trying to get some like retaliation against like Gordon Ramsay on a cooking show, maybe just throw some lupini beans on top of your soup and watch his teeth shatter. Just kidding. He seems fine. I don't really know. I only know about the existence of lima beans because of an ICP song from like 20 years ago. Which song? I'm curious. I don't know ICP's like catalog really, but I do know that basically every ICP song I've ever heard mentions food. And I also know that what's the one guy's name? Shaggy streams on Twitch and is really funny. Shall I have us look up beans? Oh man, there's probably a page or two on that one for sure. Beans are it might be like sea legumes. Learning from juggalos. Who would have thunk? I know, right? It took me a little while to realize that Ice Cream Posse, like, not a long time, but like a not insignificant amount of time to realize that like Ice Cream Posse, the streamer on Twitch, was a big ICP fan, and that like the whole thing lines up. I like didn't know. I remember when I was a kid hearing the What is a Juggalo song at my friend's house. We were probably in middle school. I might have been in 5th grade. Anyway, that was my first experience with ICP. I think his parents bought him the album and didn't know what it was. Mine certainly didn't buy it for me. Anyway, let's kind of figure out what we're going to do for dinner though, because I know I was going to use these and now I'm not because I can't cook them in the right amount of time. Gwen's up there. She just like looked down to see what I was talking about, saw that they were beans and went, plot twist, it's probably still going to be beans, just a different kind that I can cook in the Instant Pot. Ah! Sorry. What? Pasta. Acceptable. Okay. Cool. I'll take it. It's the timer noting when that timer was if Calvin was late. If Calvin was late, if that timer hadn't, he was not home when that timer went off. Not Getty, welcome in. Judah says, I don't know how we even got that one song from ICP in our friend group back then, but we loved it for whatever reason. And you would too. They're very catchy. They are very catchy. I'll give that. Not always my bag, but I'll listen to an ICP song. Why not? Anti-beans, sort of. Just like not thrilled about beans. Different. Pro spaghetti, he says. Okay. Pro spaghetti. Not anti-bean, just pro spaghetti. We are going to have pasta. It's going to be orzo. Is that okay? She says it's not pasta. And then I'm lying. Okay. Well, here's how it goes. It might not be orzo. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't really know what we're doing yet. Cedar, what are you eating for dinner? Or I'm assuming this is dinner. What's for eating this evening? Okay. Let's see what else we have in here though, because well, I know I want an onion, so let's start with an onion. We'll also go with a little bit of garlic. And what do we got here? That's popcorn. Okay, we don't need that. We have split peas. Okay. I've got what's on this shelf down here? I've got rice, polenta, farro, more popcorn, black beans, barley. What are these? Red beans. I kind of also thought that I had white beans in here, and I don't. Pro noodles. I think that's yeah. But spaghetti specifically. Gwen really likes spaghetti, like spaghetti. And only boiled for like 7 minutes max. Al dente, she says. Sometimes the noodles don't bend all the way when they come out of the pot. Definitely starting bean research. I love a bean research. I was researching lupini beans this afternoon and was upset to find that they take multiple days to prep. Okay, what are we gonna do here? Let's look in the freezer. I think I have some shrimp in the freezer, and that might be fine too. So fluff, another day of painting. Well, at least this time I know it's just house painting. And not making a fool of myself asking other questions. All right, let's see. Yeah, we've got shrimp in here, so that's an option. Let's pull that out. I'm just thinking about like a protein. That's it. Like just a protein. If I have something else in here, maybe we'll do that. Okay. Oh, what's this? These are falling. This is some type of meat. Let's see what that is. And then I think, yeah, maybe we're definitely going to do a red sauce. Maybe we do, okay. Here's what we'll do. Red. Yeah, I think I'll use the shrimp. But we'll do like 2 kinds of meat, maybe. We'll do whatever this is. This is just frozen ground. This could be, I want to say this is from a meatball mix. So this might be pork. It might be beef. This might also be from, I don't remember. I think this is from a meatball mix. I didn't label it. I know it's less than 6 months old. And I remember putting it in the freezer, but I don't remember why. Anyway. I'm gonna put this in maybe a plastic bag in some water, and then it'll like thaw in a bag, right? Let's do that, and then we'll do, I see we have a redeem on the Food Lovers Companion definition, so we'll do that momentarily here. We're going to put this in a little plastic bag just to like immerse it and thaw it out a little bit, and then we'll like, I'm just going to like put this in the pot and season it and saute it with some garlic and onion, and then we'll put the red crushed tomatoes in there, and then we'll like simmer that for a little while, and then we'll have dinner. Yeah. Freezer meat. Exactly. Like, I meant to use these like beans that I wanted, but like, you know, sometimes it just doesn't work out. That's all. Looks too dark to be all ground pork. Yeah, I think this is a meatball mix. I'm pretty sure like the color, that's the right color. The bottom of it is definitely looking all right, I guess. Let me put this in the water. Let me put this in some water. Thaw. And submerge it for a little bit on the counter and let it do its thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in the plastic bag and we'll just leave it over there in the sink for the first like hour or so. Maybe. Odie, thank you for your resub. Your 18 months. First off, that's an 18-month subscription time. Second off, that is a tier 3 sub. And that is amazing. And I appreciate you. Want to do the heart like the kids do? We're going to do the confetti. That's for you. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's nice. It's nice to have you around. 45 Hawk, welcome in. Hello. You from Texas? You are from Texas? Texas is a big state. I'm not from Texas, but I have been there. Wooder. Yes. Wooder. That is the proper spelling, broccoli, as you know. Your stream somehow does not match your bio that states that you love to plan meticulously. Let's not. I've planned. Just not as well as I could have today. That is true. Hawk, I'm doing great. I'm doing all right. Spent a little time at the playground today. Watched my son play around. It was nice. Got a little time to work out this morning. Got some actual stuff done for like work, which is weird to say because I'm not like doing anything full time, but I'm doing a lot. I wrote up that beet recipe. That's what I did. That's another thing I did today. I was gonna put these shrimp in some water. I'm just gonna leave them out on the counter. They're gonna thaw. They'll be fine. They're not gonna present a danger if I leave them out there. I'm also just gonna cook them in the red sauce probably. So I'll probably just drop them right in. You are from Texas since '86. It is carry the one. What is that? 24 Celsius? I think. I don't know what the temperature is here in Fahrenheit today, but it's like 15. That's in the 50s somewhere. Judah, my son is 9. He's 9 years old. He is 9.5. I think it's important to state that he is a as well. Chapstick Queen, welcome in. I know both measurements. I switched to using Celsius for like my own self a little while ago, and I've since just like continued doing that, and I just think that way now. Before I do that, I'm going to cut this thing up. I've had this on the counter for a little while, and I'm not sure. I think it's good. It doesn't have any like rot on it. There's no soft spots or anything. But I got this melon like 3 weeks ago, and I was like waiting for it to feel a little softer or something. It hasn't changed at all, really. Maybe it got like a little softer, but it hasn't really changed much. So we're going to cut this up. And then we're going to put the melon meat or whatever in the fridge, just in a storage container. This will be for lunches the rest of the week. Maybe if it's good. If it's not, I don't know. We're going to cut this up and then we'll start on our pasta because our pasta is going to be relatively easy. Now that I'm not doing beans, right? Things just got way easier. Not that beans in the Instant Pot are hard, but they do require time and effort, and what I'm doing requires less of that. So anyway, we're going to cut this up either way. So if it's 9 today, that is like a 50-degree swing from where you were like 3 days ago. Intense. I hope you don't get flooding. Like if it's melting like that, you might, that seems bad. It could be bad. Hopefully your infrastructure supports it. Yeah, obviously very important to mention the half. It is very important to mention the half, although it's not actually very important to him yet. I don't think it's come up yet. I don't think he recognizes that he's 9.5 yet. I don't think that's actually come up. I just did the math on my fingers a few seconds ago, so I know it, but didn't I get that melon ages ago? Yes, I did. In fact, I got this melon before our recent camping excursion, which was like 2 weeks ago. So, I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna cut it up. It's 30C here. Yeah. Okay. I was like, I'm trying to. 82 is 28. So I know that for sure. That's one of those transposed numbers. 82 is 28, and isn't it negative 41 is the same? Didn't we talk about? We talked about this recently. I think it was negative 41. What the heck is that thing now? This is a Tarto melon. Spelling is on the screen right now. Tarto. It is grown. Where was this grown? In Brazil. Has a little turtle on the logo. The notes on the bottom say sweet and crunchy. So we're gonna cut it apart and see if it is that, or maybe it will turn out to be rotten and awful. But we'll see. I'm gonna put the sticker on the outside of the compost bin because this one's a little unique. All right, then we'll open the compost bin because we're gonna have some compost. I've decided I want to make a cake tomorrow, but I don't know what kind of cake. It is a cute logo. I love that. It is cute. And the melon itself is cute. This is a very I don't know. It's a very nice sized melon. It's like the size of a rugby ball. It might be actually. It's a little smaller than a rugby ball, but it's it feels like it. It does look like a little turtle. It kind of does. Negative 40 is the same in both. Okay. Thanks, Cyborg. Yeah, I got these done last week on Wednesday before I went to Toronto, and they were just kind of done on a whim. A little green, safety orange, and then a little silver. Some silver sparkles. I don't know what's in this. I'm not really sure how to cut it, so I'm just kind of cutting it intuitively. Okay, that was good. This looks a bit like a cantaloupe inside, right? This seems very cantaloupe-esque. I can't tell on the inside. It has a smell to it, but I don't know. It's an unfamiliar smell. It doesn't smell rotten. It does not smell rotten, but it is definitely an unfamiliar smell. I'm kind of sussing out what that could be. I'm scraping this into my compost bin also, because that is right here by my feet. Okay. So we'll see. Where do I go? There we go. Yeah, this is It's a lot of liquid inside of it too. Seems very liquidy. I don't know why I haven't cut this thing up yet. I just haven't. I don't know. I know I haven't. I haven't streamed as much over the past 2 weeks, so I know certainly like the time to do random stuff like this is usually I do that on stream, and since I haven't streamed as much, it just hasn't like come up. Okay, I think this is cleaned out pretty well, right? A tarto. Yeah, it's a tarto melon. Exactly. Thank you, Odie. It's from Brazil. It says it was grown in Brazil. Jamie, welcome in. Do we have the Hello Nurse sound? Oh, we do have the Hello Nurse sound. It's just one of the redeems. Not a redeem. It's one of the high sounds, so it's random. AI says the Tarto melon is sweet and crunchy melon variety that pays homage to the Charapa River turtle. It's also known as the Piel de Sapo or Santa Claus melon. Santa Claus melon. Would that be a Christmas melon? Because Chapstick Queen is like, is that a Christmas melon? Is another name? Okay, cool. So yes, then it is. Good eyes. What's it supposed to smell like? Do you know? I'm assuming that you just kind of do this, like what I'm doing here, and peel it. Like that. Cinnamon and pine. I mean, it's interesting. It doesn't... It has a smell, but I literally... It tastes amazing. I'm not getting any any rotting. There's no it's sweet. It's definitely crunchy. That is an accurate description. It's like a cantaloupe texture, sort of, but it's just a little firmer than a cantaloupe. Maybe like a honeydew. Like a honeydew is a little firmer than a cantaloupe. I'm gonna make Calvin come down here and eat some of it. They do last a while. And this one's just been on the counter. Like, I haven't done anything at all with it. It's just kind of sitting on the counter. Calvin! I have that new melon cut up. Would you like to try a little bit? I'm not trying to rush you. Take your time. I'll make some available and save it for you. I'm cutting it up now. Jamie, it's called a tarto. Tarto. At least that's the name that was on the thing. Other names: Christmas melon, Santa Claus melon. We heard today. I like this one though. This is a good one. It has a little. It's tangy. It's like the sweetness is tangy a little bit, not sour, but it's not like pure sugar. It seems like there's a lot of meat in here also. There's like a pretty substantial amount of melon on this board. Yeah, and Judo, this was I bought this. So I bought this at Reading Terminal Market at Iovine Brothers, and usually when I buy their melons, they're not ripe yet. They're like not ready to go. they usually take about a week or so. And so this one, I just left it out on the counter. And then I just left it out on the counter longer. Like I just, probably it was out on the counter probably twice as long as I was expecting to leave it out. But I'm tasting it right now and it seems fine. It smells fine. It looks fine. It feels fine. And it tastes fine. And that means nothing if it's gone bad. But generally, if it had gone bad for eating, one of those things you would expect to be off, right? I would imagine. Check Wegmans. Go for it. I don't think I've seen this before. It had the same shape as a canary melon, which is another melon that I really love because it's extreme. The canary melon's like extremely sweet and yellow and quite nice. I think I'm just going to put this. I think I'm not going to cut these into chunks. I think I'm going to leave them in slabs and just put them in a big container in slabs, because that way I can cut them if I want to, or just eat like a whole slab in my hand, like right out of the fridge here. Should definitely be fine. We're not, I think as a culture, and I speak for like people in the United States, are like food buying and consuming and storing culture. I think like letting something sit out on the counter for an extended period of time doesn't feel right. Right? Like certain things you have to keep out on the counter, like tomatoes. I feel like certain things most people know that you should keep out on the counter, or a lot of people do. Maybe not. Do y'all know that you're not supposed to refrigerate tomatoes? If you didn't, now you do. All right, how many pieces of that we got over here? Quite a bit. Okay, let's get the big container. The big container trademark. But I feel like we're just not used to like leaving things out, right? Like the idea of butter, right? Like lots of people leave butter out on the counter and you can do that. And it's totally okay. But I think I'm just making a guess that in most households, the butter is in the refrigerator. It is in mine. And it doesn't need to be, but it is. The eggs don't need to be either. Some eggs. But they are. Post from anglers. I know, right? Well, that's the other side of it, is like you leave your butter in the fridge and then it's like tearing things apart. I'm very familiar, extremely familiar with the mangled toast and butter situation. Jamie, you have fridge butter and counter butter? Oh my gosh. That is an abundance. I like that though. I mean, you don't keep all. Certainly, one would not keep all of one's butter out on the counter, like your whole store of butter. Mm-hmm. Yep. The temperature wasn't switched on this melon at all. It was just sitting in the counter, somewhere between 20 and 22 degrees. That's it. Not really any direct sunlight. Well, no, sorry, definitely no direct sunlight. The window that it's next to does not experience direct sunlight, so that would not be possible. All right, this is a couple little melon for Calvin. Sophia says, I grew up with butter on the counter and never had a problem. I know. It's like you just have to. If your household did it, then it's normal. And I just never did as a kid. And like I don't have one of like little butter bells or any of that. I just don't. But like I love when I am somewhere at someone's house and they do, and I'm like, ooh, let me get that butter bell. Yeah, Judo, if you bought it from the fridge aisle, it goes into the fridge. I think that's a great rule. That is definitely a great rule for lots of things, unless it was like a beverage that whatever. But even with beverages, if you like bring them up and you know if you like let them cool them down and then let them warm back up and cool them down again, like they can still lose some flavor for sure. Carly, welcome in. Darlio, welcome in. Hello, how's your night going? It's going great. Megan, hello. It's going great, generally speaking. Megan, you're so close to 100. Probably you're pretty close to 100 too. Jamie's half a stick on the counter and the rest is in the fridge. That makes sense because it's just like, here's what I'm going to use today or whatever. Here's what I need for like toast or something brief. That's a good idea. With the butter jar, there's no issue. There's water sealing the butter jars, so you know that's always spreadable. I had a friend one time who like had a butter jar, and I was like, I think it was the first time I'd ever encountered a butter jar in like someone's home, and I was like, what is this magic? I was like, what about the like? I'm not gonna lie, the water in it kind of grossed me out a little bit because I'm like, doesn't it, whatever, get like fetid or get like, I don't know, stuff in it. But obviously you change the water, so clearly you change the water. It's not watermelon. Here. It's good. Let me know what you think. Right now, before anything. Okay. Quick! Let me know! Okay.
Juicy.
Juicy? I think so too. It's from a firmness perspective, do you think it's how do you feel about it like in your mouth? Like what is it like watermelon or cantaloupe or honeydew? What's it like? What would you equate it to? Tofu?
Cantaloupe.
Kind of like cantaloupe? Okay. Cool. You can go back upstairs now. Or maybe you want to sit here because it's already 17:30. Okay. Cool. He likes it. Yay. I only put pineapple in the fridge after I butcher it. Broccoli. Yeah, totally. I agree with that. If I bought it out, I'll leave it out. Melons, pineapple for sure. Tomatoes stay out. Basil stays out. Sometimes the green onions stay out if they have like nice roots on them, and I can just put them in a little bit of like water. Judah says change the water. It doesn't touch the butter. Of course it does, right? But it was my immediate reaction. I was like, you keep your butter underwater in the counter? That's weird. And I was like, oh wait, that's normal. I didn't know it was normal in that moment. Displaced girls over here. Jamie, welcome in. My butter in a butter dish on the counter. Yeah, or like a little something. I feel like I'm moving towards that, but I also just don't like having stuff on the counter. So Flip's got a Tupperware butter dish. I suppose that works. Fiona, welcome in. What are we cooking? I just cut up a tartar melon. We're going to do a pasta today. So I'm going to rinse my cutting board. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rinse my cutting board off. I'm going to finish getting out the things that I'm going to make into a pasta. Then we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to play some words on stream. I'm going to run a 3-minute ad. That's coming up in the next like 5 to 7 minutes. After that, we're going to get into making dinner, which is going to be some type of pasta, probably orzo, with shrimp and some ground and shrimp and ground meat. I found the ground meat in the freezer, and a red sauce that's going to have onion and garlic, probably a bit of an obscene amount of olive oil, definitely some herbs, certainly some spices, and maybe a little bit of like garlic bouillon, maybe a little bit of miso paste. We'll see. We're going to figure it out. Let's clean this cutting board off first, though. Right? One moment here. One moment. I'm just going to give this a rinse. I'm not going to clean it, per se. I'm just, like, rinsing the solids off of it, and then we'll dry it off with a towel. Because all I'm cooking on here, all I'm cutting on here are garlic and onion. Yeah, there's the whole rest of the melon. There's plenty.
Can I have some more?
You want a little more? He wants a little more. Okay. Okay, I'm happy to provide a little bit, just a little more melon.
Okay.
Okay.
This. Sometimes I get this like one little hard bit.
Here, hold that container out. Oh. There you go. Alrighty. Judo green onions stay in the water jar? That makes sense. I usually have something growing on the counter. I don't at the moment, but it was it's only a matter of time. We're getting into the season where stuff just like is on the kitchen counter growing. Fancy trick for avocados. Put them in a big jar of water fully covered and they stay fresh for weeks. Ooh, do they really? Also changing the water. Yeah. Yeah, like anything, you gotta change the water. That's a fascinating have not heard. That's definitely a fascinating have not heard. I like the idea of that. Okay, so I've got some roast. Here's some cheese rinds. We can put those in the sauce. Now pasta. What do we want for pasta here? I think I got two. These are the cheapest pastas in the store, which is pretty incredible considering they have a Ronzio brand. We've got Shelbo's. And Orzo. I'm kind of leaning towards Orzo tonight. I want something more like a paella almost, or not a paella. Paella is the wrong thing. I want something like cohesive that like sticks together. I'm thinking, I don't know. I meant to use the Orzo. The Orzo is what I intended on using. I think I'm going to go with it. Because it's what I wanted, it's what I've had in mind, and like maybe I can keep at least one thing the same today that I was going to do on stream. Okay, so we've got sauce, pasta. Sauce? Maybe I'll roast this tomato. Yeah, I'm just going to roast that. I'm going to roast that at 420 there, and grab me a can of tomato sauce up here too. 1 can of tomato sauce. What else is up here that I could potentially use? I've got crushed tomatoes. I have cannellini beans in a can up here. I forgot about the canned beans. Well, we've moved past that now. Okay, maybe I might do a second can of crushed tomatoes. Oh, hold on. I have a small can of crushed tomatoes. So we'll do 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. 1 small with basil, 1 regular with just tomatoes. This is the best brand of crushed tomatoes in the entire world. In my world. Which is in the mid-Atlantic. So. Good. Toss this tomato. I think I'm just going to cut this up into like, I'm going to dice this. I'm going to dice this and then I'm going to roast it. Maybe for a little bit. I don't know. He's ready. Look at him. He looks ready. Okay, let's I'm gonna cut this tomato up and put it in this pan. Those can be used like fried rice. I wasn't really going for fried rice. I was thinking more like almost like a stew. If I was thinking like No, sorry. Stew's not what I'm talking about. What am I thinking? What consistency is it that I'm actually thinking of? The consistency that I'm actually thinking of is something like a gumbo. Yeah, like a gumbo. That's where my head's at. So I'm cutting this tomato, even though I'm going to roast it, because I don't want big chunks of tomato skin in this, but I do want some of the like fresh tomato situation. What are you trying to get, Callie?
I just couldn't get.
Just want to get a snack, some sort of treat. Okay. Well, you did have a bunch of melons, so that's a good thing. Some people call that a stoop. Yeah. That's sort of where my head's at. That's why I was sort of thinking the orzo, because it's got that property of like it kind of sticks close together, right? When it's cooked in a sauce, it kind of stays in like one little gloopy bunch. It depends on how you cook it and what kind of sauce you put on it, obviously, but it does kind of stay in like one little bit. Okay, and I'm just gonna like pop these in the oven and roast them until they're bubbly and cooked and soft, and then I'll just toss them right into the sauce. Right. Judo, thank you. Yes, I know that there are better canned crushed tomatoes out there in the world, and I'm sure that there's some sort of empirical study that tells me that ones that are available in my grocery store next to the ones that I love are better. But for me, I like these. Is he being in fight mode? No, definitely not. No, or maybe a little. But no, he's much more being like conscious of not showing the label on the front of his uniform. That's all. He's trying to keep the like the patch on the front from being visible on stream. He's trying to keep himself from being doxxed, is what he's doing. But there's also a little bit of hesitation this evening, if I'm being honest. Yeah, Baker, he's good. He's been trained in the like, hey, you can do this, you can not do that, you can say this, you shouldn't say that. Those types of things. You know? You can say my friend so-and-so at school, but you can't use their last name or say what school you go to. Like, I think it's interesting because streaming for me has brought some sort of basic internet literacy in addition to streaming, at least for him anyway, which is fascinating. All right, here's some tomatoes. Just going to roast those in the oven for like, I don't know, 40 minutes, whatever. Okay. Let's take a quick break. We are going to do a 3-minute break here on Twitch. If you're watching, huh? Oh, he's not talking to me. If you're watching on Twitch, we're gonna get an ad. During that ad, if you're not a subscriber, you are not gonna be able to watch the stream. But we're not gonna do anything during that time either, so that is helpful. Feel free to get up and go get a drink or a snack or whatever. During that time. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. If you are a subscriber, thank you. You're probably just going to hear me talking about whatever comes into my head, because that's usually what I do during that 3 minutes worth of time. In this moment, I'm going to put the dishes from the dish pan away, or from the dish rack away. So, if you're not familiar with words on stream, basically on the top there are a bunch of letters. It's a lot like Scrabble. You type the words that you think you see in the letters on the top of the screen into chat, and then they come up on the leaderboard, and when the leaderboard is full, the game is over. or when the timer ends. Okay, we're going to have a 3-minute ad break right here. We'll be right back. I hope you all have a lovely commercial experience. BRB. Rump.
Hi, welcome to another edition of Commercials I Hate.
All right. Let's put some dishes away. Some dishes away. Let's put some dishes away. I felt good today because I did the calculation of, do I need to run the dishwasher so that I can make dinner later? Or can I leave the dishwasher go for just one more day and not have to have a need for anything that's in there? And I know, in this moment, I know that I did make the right calculation and I could just leave the dirty dishes in the dishwasher dirty for one more day. And that was yesterday. Today's the day we run the dishwasher. It is always nice when you don't have to run it, because then you don't have to put the dishes away in the morning, because that part sucks. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's okay. We got 2 4-letter words left. 2 4-letter words. One of them definitely starts with an E. Maybe. Actually, it might start with any letter before M. One of them starts with a P, but can't tell. So good. That's pretty good, y'all. It's a good first round. Had a good first round. Good first round. Good little warm up. Good little warm up. We got one more? We got one more. Oh! Yeah, Broccoli, they hit that last, like, those last couple words there. If there's, like, 3, that is a little annoying. I wonder if I could change, I could probably change that for just this scene. That might be good. Good note. Good note. We're almost there with this one. Couple 4s. Couple 4s and a 5. It's like me when I go out with my friends. Who's who? Who knows? All right. If you were experiencing an ad break on Twitch, thank you for your patience. Welcome back. We appreciate it. I hope your commercial experience was everything that you hoped it would be and more. We have a couple more letters or a couple more words left on the board. 3 4s, 1 5. Sorry, just 3 4s. We got the 5 now. One of them, let's see, maybe starts with D. Rend. Good guess, Dan. No, I don't think we're gonna get this one. That was a sneaky hard board. That board was sneaky hard because there's only like a few letters, but they all they didn't really go together very well, did they? No, they didn't. Yeah, it looked easy. Exactly, Jamie. You scroll back up here. Text. Welcome in. Good afternoon. Judo internet literacy. Got to remember that as an adult too. Teach your parents. You got to teach your parents that if you're of the age that I am. I feel like the folks that are like my age, so I'm 40, the folks that are like elder millennials, for lack of a better term, sort of like grew up with the internet, but also grew up with like not the internet, but like our parents didn't grow up with it, so I think we're really the first generation that's has any idea what that means. Dana, welcome in. Good afternoon, Dana. It's nice to see you. I hope you're having a good one. Pasta improv. Yes. Y'all, if you're a fan of the food and drink streams, Dana's Kitchen. Dana is also a food and drink streamer, also a genuinely nice human being who I've met in real life more than once at this point, and would probably be happy if you went and followed her, and you should do that. Okay, cool. Good. Glad we agree. Rocky says I grew up putting nickels in my penny loafers in case I had to use a payphone. I remember having a need to use a payphone when I was a kid. I definitely grew up without phones being accessible in that way. Jamie, oh my God, right? Yes. Jamie says, I've been trying for years to teach my dad that flirting with nurses and cashiers is no longer socially acceptable. I saw someone my own age just like within the past week call someone sweetie, like a service person in a restaurant. And I was like, it was like, what? We don't do that. You don't do that anymore. Hey, toots. Like, we don't do that. No. The nurse does not want to flirt with you. The nurse does not want you flirting with them. The nurse just wants to do their job. Judah says, I need to teach my elder sister still. Yeah, you gotta, so yeah, definitely. If you went to college without a computer, like if you were in college before computers, like, yeah, there's definitely a sort of there's a level of like, I used the internet for socializing when I was a kid that I think older, folks that didn't grow up with the internet didn't go through. And so there's not as much visibility on like the consequences of it, I think. But like, that's fine. That doesn't mean that it's bad. That doesn't mean that they're doing poorly at it. It means that you had you as the younger person maybe had some other advantages that they didn't, like having a computer. Right? Susan, welcome in. Ace, welcome in. I am improving the pasta today. I wanted to use lupini beans, but in all of my research, I came to understand that you cannot cook lupini beans in the Instant Pot. You really need to soak them for at least 24 hours, if not more. It's so cringe, Jamie. I know. I cringed in real life when that person did that, because I also looked at the server in that moment, and they had absolutely zero reaction. And I was like, yup, that also seems accurate. Hate it when a guy tells me to smile. Yeah. It's not ideal to tell people what to do with their body, or your opinion of their body if they didn't ask. And if they ask, you can also just be kind too. You wouldn't stop, and I wanted to hang up, Jamie. Yeah. Sometimes folks are just like, sometimes you're just like, well, it's gonna be like that. Danny, you had a word processor. Oh my gosh. That's incredible. That's like, wow. You fancy. Like, now people don't know what that actually means even, and how big that would actually be. I was like, just use one of the first PCs, Judo. Yeah, I remember in college I had to take a computer science class, and it was literally like how to use the computer, not like engineering. It was like, this is how you save a file. And I was like, no, we're not doing this. But it was required. It was a weirdly required class, but the instructor was like, if you know some of these things, here's the syllabus. If you know some of this, you just have to show up for the final. I literally never went to the class, not once at all. I went the first day, I got the syllabus, I looked at it, I went and passed the final, and then I passed computer science. It was great. Susan, you're in the legal field, and people still say that shit to me. But yeah. When you're in an organization that still uses the terms like fraternal in some of its things, yeah. I believe it. Like when you get sort of like a boys club atmosphere, that type of language like exists. Not good, but like that. And I imagine I'm going out on a limb. I'm imagining that a lot of law offices probably feel like a boys club atmosphere. Just I'm gonna go out on what I feel like is a very sturdy limb. Ace says at uni we had a computer suite where I could type up my physics coursework, saved on a floppy, or sent to a print department for them to print for you. Yeah. Oh my god. The floppy disk. The floppy disks. If you had to, could you put your hands on a floppy disk right now? Right now. Like within the next 10 minutes. Could you physically hold a floppy disk? Or do those not exist at all, even in storage anymore? Bronco says, I had a manual Smith Corona in college. It was great because when the weather was nice, I could take it outside. That's super fun. They taught you how to work Kid Picks. Kid Picks, Curl Adult. Oh my god. Kid Picks. Yes. That's... Oh, I just aged myself. Very much. Kid Picks. Yeah, you remember the files where like you had to load put the second floppy disk in to get the rest of the program to load? So I already know how to use it and misuse it. It was ridiculous, Judo. I agree. Ace, you're at uni in 96. Okay, so context. Okay, few PCs on Netscape, wanted a text-based browser called Lynx. Net was otherwise taking too long to load on other PCs. Old Telenext. Yeah, I was watching... Oh man, I was watching something the other day, and they had it was some like comedy show. I think it was John Oliver or something, but they had it was like a depiction of like the internet in the 90s, and it was like a picture loading like line by line, and I was like, whoa, I remember that. We had slides printed on using a mouse and keyboard, right? No floppy disks. I seriously need to dig through the attic. A zip disk, broccoli. I remember a zip disk. All right, I'm gonna take 10 seconds, and I think I have a flop. I bet you, if it's still in this drawer, Look at that. That is a floppy disk. That lives in my kitchen drawer because I used to use it as a coaster. And I just had the thought, I bet that disc is still in that kitchen drawer because it's flat. And why would I move it? Does it say how much will fit on it? No. No, but you can slide the little thing in the back to make sure you lock it and don't overwrite the data. Does it say? No. No. There's no indication. This was just like a disc that came with the computer for printer, I think. or maybe a video card. This is what you use when you want to save one photo. Just one. That's why someone had 3D printed the save icon. I know. Yeah, like the save icon is still a floppy disk, but it's not, that's not how one would imagine saving anything anymore. For sure not. Commodore 64, Jamie, I've never actually used one of those. But I'm aware of them. It is a 3.5 Broccoli. It's not like the OG floppies, the larger ones. It's still called a floppy disk, but yeah, it's not like the ones that were literally floppy that looked like an L or an EP, like record player or a single. Carlos says I graduated in 2010 and they were upgrading from free 8 meg flash drives to free 16. Hell yeah. Now storage is so it's so wild to me now. Yeah, I remember we had like 100 megabyte zip drive on my original Dell XPS R450 computer, and that was like all the space I thought I would ever need. Intense, right? My son's birth was recorded on a VHS camcorder in 2002. Jamie, that is an incredible sentence. Did you make him watch it? Subtopic. What was his reaction? 1.5 pages in the memory, Ace. A typewriter word processor. Oh my god, that's incredible. No, he hasn't seen it. Okay, that's probably for the better. Good. Okay, sorry, Gwen was texting me. All right, so the sauce is super easy. Pause. I need to cook pasta. I need hot water. Did you see the panic? Did you see the panic on my face? Was it apparent? I've had plenty of experiences of going to like make a dish and then just being like, oh wait, I forgot to do like the basic thing of heating the oven. Not today. Not today. We remembered today. Judah says my dad brought him a compact PC, 1994. Taught my parents to game on it. When I went to bed at night, I ran into them like zombies with red eyes after nights of staring at the thing. That is true. Dude Mesa, welcome in. I feel that. I have the opposite story. I remember when I was a kid, figuring out how to turn the sound off for the dial-up internet. So you know how it like made that horrific sound? And that sound was driven through like a setting, like deep in the computer somewhere. It wasn't like just a toggle. It was like in the modem, whatever. And I like remember using the internet to somehow figure out how to turn that off. And so like this was back when like the phone, it was like internet through the phone line, right? So like if someone picked up the phone, they would it would like kill your connection to the internet, and they would also know that you were online. And I remember when I was a kid, I'd like wait for my mom to go to bed, like sneak into the other room and like go on the computer. And then when I figured out how to turn, but what happened was I'm telling tales out of class now, aren't I? I used to, when she was getting ready for bed, I would leave the computer online and hope that she didn't pick up the phone and hope that she went to sleep in time before the signal dropped, before like the connection dropped. But then I learned how to just turn the sound off for the dial-up modem. And that was when my interneting really started. When I could get on the internet after she went to bed for like a couple hours. Sometimes, not every night. And just like, consume information and build crappy little websites and, I don't know, read whatever was on the AOL front page. But that's, yeah. That was my first computer. Megan, we haven't had a working VCR in about 15 years. I have a VCR. It's in storage. It's in like a box in the basement somewhere. I know I have one though. I have a combo DVD and VCR player that I got a long time ago. I think I got it like for college or something, and then I just like still have it. A 512K USB drive. I know. Well, now they just give out the ones that are like multiple gigs. I still have a 2 gig one that I use occasionally when I need to like move a file around, and I've had it forever. But that even seems antiquated now. I've always wondered why they were called floppy disks, because they used to be a lot larger. Because they used to be, what was it, 5 1/4? I think 5 1/4 was the other size up, right? Am I? Someone back me up. Naim, good morning. Hello. It was the best sound. It was the best sound, Judo. And honestly, like, if you're here early enough in stream, you'll hear the sound every day on this stream. It plays at the end of the countdown. We do a countdown on the starting soon screen, and when the starting soon screen, when the clock hits 0, it plays the internet dial-up sound. Naim, Wednesday in Philly's going great. As far as Wednesdays in Philly can go, it's a good one. The Eagles won their most recent game, so everyone's happy. Sneaky, Megan, I know. I was a sneaky kid sometimes, but not like harmful. I was like chaotic good, right? As one would describe it. 8 kilobytes and 16 flash. Yeah. That makes sense. Get off the internet. I have to make a call. Mom, I'm trying to download Limp Bizkit. Stop it. That was a real sentence that I really said in my life, I'm sure. I do remember downloading a bunch of music on Napster, like the original Napster. An old Betamax. What do you do with it, Broccoli? Yeah, Judo, exactly. Like the fact that media and internet is more pervasive and more accessible now doesn't mean it's better, for sure, right? CDRWs, yes, I love a CDRW drive. I remember ripping CDs for my friends. Be like, you want that new CD? Remember when it changed from we're going to be computer programmers to computer users? Yeah, like everybody's going to get a computer. Before it was just like, oh, only a few people are having computers. And like, now it's, you know, then it was like whoever wants it. Kind of nice. Slurzy, hi. Welcome in. Thank you for hanging out on the YouTube. Welcome. Broccoli says Philly would have trashed it even if the Eagles lost. I think if the Eagles had lost the Super Bowl, like there definitely would have been people out on Broad Street. There probably would have been some things set on fire. There definitely would have been a lot more like destructive things going on. Maybe. Did you hear the Sixers might be getting a new stadium and it might be across the Benjamin Franklin Bridge in New Jersey? Well, if it's anything like the training facility that they have over there, they're never gonna use it. No, I didn't hear that, but that's cool. Anything other than directly next to City Hall is fine with me. At one point, for an after, you could right-click and save files from the internet, and hope to not run into something vile. Yes. I remember finding out that I could search open source directories online, like basically, you know, files that run websites are stored in directories. Like this is super basic and whatever. And if they're not locked or password protected in some capacity, they get indexed on the internet, and you can search for like the name of an album .mp3 or the name of a song, and then there's some code that you can put at the end of that, like search parameters that you can put at the end of that only limits it to open directories. And I used to get a ton of music that way because people would just like put their stuff on servers on the public internet to like share it, and you could search it and find it. And I definitely found lots and lots of music in that way. That was kind of fun. Then I used SoulSeek for a while. It was Napster, and then Kazaa, and then I SoulSeeked things for torrented things on SoulSeek, and then most recently I've used uTorrent for things. When I say most recently, I mean like within the past like couple years, right? Not like it hasn't been like I haven't pirated music in a while. It's definitely been a little while. Judo tech does evolve really fast now. Storage, especially. Storage and internet speed. I did a speed test on my home internet the other day, and it was like, 100 plus megs, whatever. And I was like, God damn, like I can't even imagine when I was a kid, like if you were like the internet was 100 megabytes per second, I would be like, what does that even mean? How does that relate to the image that I'm waiting to load right here? Ace, your public library program was the green on the green on black screen. Yeah, those screens terrified me because I wasn't a programmer and I didn't really like get into that. So I was like, oh no. The little blinking cursor and the black screen is like, oh, what do I do? Some people love that. A lot of people love that. To me, it looks a little scary. Yeah, Judo, it does still work, but yeah, people don't just store whole albums or like whole artists' discographies in open directories online anymore. They don't. I've tried. I do like these. I do like this can opener. It is sort of bomb-proof, and that's what I like about it. Where I live, the internet is a mess. I'm sorry. I was very annoyed when I went to Toronto. The internet was so bad where I was staying, and I was like, is this the place I was staying in that's bad, or is this like the actual internet that's not great? Yeah, Crawdall. Yeah, when you see the green text, the green text and someone like that, you're like, oh shit, they're breaking in. And they're like, nah, they're just like ordering Instacart and having a horrible time. No, and that's, do people pirate music anymore? I think so, yes. I know people who do. I like have friends that do. I think a lot of music, maybe a lot is the wrong way to say this, but I think that now I know a lot of friends who use torrents still, but it's for like live music. It's for stuff that's not released or that isn't commercial, right? But I do know that like piracy for sure still happens, because people don't even want to pay for the streaming service, or don't have the money to pay for it, or have the money but prefer the thrill of a little piracy every now and then. I don't know. So Cry recently had a monthly download limit. Wow, Ace, yeah. We definitely, if we have that, I have no idea what it is. Someone complained about how his 3 gigabyte per day internet was not enough. And then phone service is only 200 after. Woof! How do you use 3 gigs in a day? I could use 3 gigs in a day. I used 2 gigs. I guess if you're not being careful. I know that for the stream phone that I have, I have a separate phone for IRL streams that is just running on like a monthly data sim. And when I stream, it uses like 2 gigs. It uses about 2 gigs of data for like a 6-hour stream. But that's partially because I do some of the video. I'll like look at the video preview. So video preview takes a ton. And I know that the app runs in the background. I don't know. It does though. It eats it up. If you're just like using text and browsing though, it's definitely not as bad. All right, pasta water is coming along. We're getting there. What am I doing with this pasta? How am I doing this? What am I up to? Hold on. Check the tomatoes in the oven. How we doing, y'all? Hey, looking good, like they should. When I took a walk around my neighborhood, these look great. I'm gonna give these a little stir, and then we're gonna put these back in for a few moments here. Mr. Syntax, hello. Not gonna lie, I still pirate movies sometimes that I can't find on my mainstream platforms. Hell yeah. I love that. Yeah, movies for sure. I was speaking specifically about music, but movies are absolutely pirated. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. Cause you like, how many times do you spend like a 15-minute period just trying to find the thing you're watching on the myriad streaming services that are out there? I mean, I know for me, I always just Google like the name of the thing that I'm looking for and then streaming, and it tells you like what services it's on. But like, yeah, of course you're gonna pirate movies. Like, yup, that makes sense to me. Not an endorsement, but like, you know, I know why you would. Traveling without streaming. Well, I did travel without streaming the last trip, and I didn't intend to. I intended to stream, but I couldn't. And it was very frustrating. I'm not into piracy. My bill will be astronomical if I paid $6 a month for every streamer's channel I follow. Yep, totally. That's why I love a Twitch Turbo subscription. Twitch Turbo does help streamers, so you get like a little bit from Twitch Turbo. But I love it because I do watch a lot of Twitch, and like I just hate getting ads. Not gonna lie. All right, here's what we'll do. We're gonna do onions, garlic, then some tomato paste. Then we'll toss the canned crushed tomatoes in there with a little bit of this better than garlic bouillon and these cheese rinds. We're gonna do shrimp in here. Yep, shrimp. Oh, let's do. Yeah, my meat is thawed. Hell yeah. Okay, so before we do the garlic and onion and all that, we're going to cook the mystery meat that we found in the freezer. So yeah, free Wi-Fi. If you're streaming IRL, you definitely need to like hit all the free Wi-Fi you can. That's definitely the goal, and especially just like to help the stream, not for your data, but like. If you can connect to Wi-Fi to stream, it's so much better. Mr. Syntax says, my entire Sims is pirated. I won't tell. I spent 3 generations of money on everything. Yeah, you're like, you know what? We already did The Sims. We bought The Sims a bunch of times. I'm just going to get this one for free. I feel that. Judo, I know, right? When you can't find the show and it's like, oh, but you could rent it for $16. And you're like, get the fuck out of here. Blockbuster was $4. Alexander, welcome in. Good luck with the rice. You gotta, the rice is step 1. I see. Let's get this camera going. We're gonna come over to the stove for a second, but let me find chat first. Oh no, chat's back there. Okay. Yeah, megabits versus megabytes, Ace. That's an interesting one. I just know that Toronto has, like, where my friend who lives there, he lives, like, next door to where I was staying, was like, yeah, our internet's garbage. For whatever reason. Meat cylinder text. I know, right? We got the meat cylinder. I looked it up. I didn't look it up. I found it in the freezer. We'll see how it goes. Twin Dragon, welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, just go in and buy them, Nye. Instead of pirating them, just buy them. That seems like a solution. It does. I mean, yes, obviously when you've purchased the movie, it helps the industry. That is accurate. Judo, yeah, he will eat all this. It'll all be in one dish too, which will be helpful. No, Judo's not flirting. They just said full ass grown adult. Unless you're talking about like anyway. No matter how many Twitch ads I get, I'm not going to join the RAF. Ace, I feel you. Stay strong. Marianne, welcome in. Hello. Dan, ever had shrimp and grits? You asked earlier. I read the chat. I didn't say it out loud because I was responding to something else, and then it was like, gone. Yes, I have, and I love shrimp and grits. It is a delicious meal. I even have... no, I don't have grits. I have polenta today. What else do I want to put in here? Anything else? Now is the moment. Now is when we want to look in the fridge and assess. What else is in here that could go in? I have some kale leaves. I could put some kale in here. That would probably be pretty good. I know that's not cheese, but maybe. A little bit of thyme. Yeah, we'll use some thyme. That'll be good. And I think that's it from the fridge. Yeah, that's going to be it from the fridge. It's just a little bit flexible. It is the well-fitted shorts. These are well-fitted shorts. I appreciate these are I like these shorts. They're athletic shorts. They're made for athletes. For doing athletics. They really are too. They're like what brand? These are what did they there was they're made for like military or something. I've had them for a long time and they're still just doing great. They have a couple little holes on the sides of them, but otherwise they're fine. They're fine. And yes, also the former. Kathy, welcome in. Good afternoon. Fell in love with a bot. That reminds me of the White Stripes song. These are my it's above 15 degrees out shorts. To say nothing of their cut or style. When it's above 15 Celsius, shorts. That's how it goes. All right, let's get this started here. I think we've got plenty to put in this pot. That will be a delicious meal. You know what? I'm going to put a little bit of miso paste in here too, because I'm thinking I wanted to. I like wrote it down. I wrote down like miso, question mark. So let's add a little bit of that in here. Wait, what is this? This is red. Okay, good. Well, it's a red sauce. We'll add some red miso paste. Thyme. I'm just going to put this in, and while it cooks, it'll effervesce into the sauce, and then we'll fish the stems out at the end. I am going to put this kale in here. I know, sad trombone, but here's the thing. I'm not going to use it for anything else, and I don't want to throw it out, and I don't want it to rot in here, and I do kind of want to use it, so we're going to cut it up real thin ribbon-like, and we'll cook that in the sauce as well. We'll maybe toss it with some salt to get it going. First. Let's do that. It's allowed because I'm a dad. Well, thank you. It is true. I am that. Confirmed. That is true. As accurate as stated. There's someone who streams on Twitch who has like dad in their handle, their like Twitch name, and they're not a parent, and it throws me off every time. I like see them in my suggested feeds, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna click on that channel, and then I get there, and I'm like, damn it, it's this person again. And like, no offense to them, their content is whatever, their stream is fine. They stream games, so I'm a little less whatever. I'm a little like less enthusiastic about it, just because generally speaking, I don't watch a lot of gaming streams, but I always click in and I'm like, wait a second. It takes me a moment to realize that this is like the same person from the last time I had that thought, because Twitch is funny like that. It'll just keep suggesting the same channels. All right. Yeah, so this is going to be a thicker sort of situation, like it's going to be on the non-soupy side of soup. If that doesn't make any sense, but we'll see. You'll see. You'll see. We'll get it. All right, I'm just going to cutting this kale up. I'm giving it a little cross cut here because I don't want the kale to be like a huge part of this. It's going to melt down quite a bit anyway once it gets into the sauce, so it'll end up being pretty much like a non-aspect of this, but I still want it to be a little bit less than like big, wide strips, right? If Twitch gets me to join the military, I think they'll give you the shorts. When you join the armed forces, I think that they give you the clothes, or maybe they take them out of your paycheck. I don't really know. Alexander, are you planning on streaming tomorrow? Yes, I am in fact planning on streaming tomorrow. I'll be streaming during the daytime tomorrow. So we're going to get started around 10:30, maybe 11 a.m. and go until we'll go until we're finished. I don't have to finish at any specific time. No, that's not true. I have to finish by 1700 hours. That's 5 p.m. But if we start at 10:30, I will absolutely be finished by then. But it is a daytime stream, not a dinner time stream tomorrow. So heads up. Yeah, exactly, broccoli. It's just like bok choy. It's just like, whatever, here's a leafy green. Just roll with it. Kind of like a thick soup. Exactly, Alexander. Not and Getty, enjoy your lurk. Alright, the emote's not working. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I bet you the bot subscription expired. I bet you that the bot does not have a subscription to the channel, and that's why it's not allowed to use the emotes. Gift a sub. Yup. That's exactly right. Okay, bot. You know, this is annoying. I think that every streamer should get one free bot sub. Don't you? Holy shit, Eat It Dads! Thank you for the gift sub to Eat It Dads bot. 12 months! Oh my gosh. That's a lot. Thank you. I'll accept my Emmy now. Oh, my water's boiling. Fantastic. Let's put the Orzo in. Great! Right? Hold on. Can I make this? How do I do it? Hold on. I'm looking for something on my stream deck. This could take a while. It's not there anymore. I can't find it. Oh, hold on. No. Nope, can't find it. Just stop. Stop. Do something else. What about no. Okay. All right, we did it. Throw back to the time I thought I needed stream deck. Oh, I use mine. I love them. They're great. They're great. It's just every like 4 to 6 months, you really need to audit the buttons that are on there for what you actually do on stream. Like, you really just need to keep it updated. Not like technically, but like with what is available. For every pound of pasta, use 5 quarts of water and 2 tablespoons of salt. Tip for perfect pasta: bring the water to a rolling boil. Add salt. Got it. Please don't add oil, it says. 2 to 3 minutes prior to the end of the pasta cook time. Okay, but like, it says now it's time for the pasta. Remember to stir occasionally so the pasta doesn't stick. Ready in 12 minutes, al dente in 10. Perfect. That's what I needed to know. All right, so water's going. I want these to be a little bit less than al dente. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm going to put them in the sauce, and then I'm going to like simmer them in the sauce just a little bit more. And so I want to bring them to like just under that. So we'll set this for 9. and go. Okay. Yeah, ready in 12, al dente in 10, check it by 9. Got it. Okay, let's start on the rest of the sauce here. We're gonna go over to the stove, so FYI. Just Judo keyboard shortcuts work very well. Yeah, totally. I think that a Stream Deck, if you have workflows that you do that are super common, I do think a Stream Deck, not even as a streamer, but like I think it's a great tool if you're editing things for like word processing or like basically anytime, because I love that you can set macros and have it do like 16 different things in a row, and it can touch all the different programs on your computer through like executable commands, so you can make it like do a lot, which is kind of nice. Ace, enjoy your bedtime. I hope you have a lovely one. Thank you. And happy Thursday. Happy Friday, Junior, because I know it's already past midnight there. Is it past midnight there? Checks the clock. Yeah, it's past midnight there. No, not quite. Not in London. It's 11:30 p.m. in London. Okay, my pan is on. My pan is like ripping hot now because I turned it on and then forgot about it. So let's go back over. Let's go over to the stove here. I don't even work on my PC anymore. Well, then it's probably not going to be as useful. I do agree with that statement. Right, I have meat over here. I forgot about the meat. What the? Come on, we got to focus here. Y'all, focus, focus, and then focus down on the pan. All right, beautiful. Oh, it can't focus because there's nothing in the pan. Got it. All right, well, let's put some meat in there. So I'm going to cook the meat. My plan is we'll cook the meat. Whoa, sizzle. That's hot. We'll cook the meat, break it up a little bit, and then we'll stir. Maybe we'll take the meat out of here and cook the onion and garlic separately. So this is definitely a meatball mix because there's different color meats in here. Woo, pan is ripping hot. Yeah, melty camera. Hopefully not. You don't want that. It just couldn't focus for the first bit because there was no thing in the pot to focus on. But yeah, this is not a single type of meat. There's definitely different types in here. There's different colors. This is very likely a mix of beef, pork, and veal then. Because that's what the last time I got a meatball mix was from Reading Terminal, and it was a beef, pork, and veal mix. So that's good. Now we know. All right. Yeah, definitely veal. Veal would be the other thing in here, for sure. I turned this down a little bit. Now I just turned it back up. All right. Looking good. Yeah, I turned it all the way down. So now, hold on, is the flame still even on? It is. Yeah, Judah, the mix is, I mean, it's just like, that's your typical meatball mix. I don't remember why I had leftover. I'm sure that I just had measured it out and this was just like a little bit over. Because I got it at the market and I'm sure that it was just like, whatever. This isn't all that much, so I'm pretty sure I just had like slightly over what I needed. It might not be veal. I mean, it might be. It might just be beef and pork. I don't know. I honestly, I do not really know what's in here because I didn't put any type of label on it when I put it in the freezer. I just stuck it in a half pint container, and that was that. I'm giving my pasta a stir over here. It's looking all right. Definitely coming along. I'm going to give this another stir. I think, yeah, I'm going to take the meat out of here to cook the onion and garlic. We're not going to wipe out the pan, but I am going to take the meat out and let it drain on a plate. Actually, we'll put it in a bowl. We'll put it in this bowl. Judo, I got this at Reading Terminal Market, which is a large, essentially large farmers market in Philadelphia, and they have all sorts of different vendors. So, some of them have specialty stuff. So there's a lot of options there. So it would not be surprising to see something like veal or pork or some sort of like otherwise specialty meat. Because they sell a lot of specialty stuff there. So it is part of the experience. They're not a specialty vendor, but they serve a broad section of customers, including restaurants and home cooks. Restaurants, home cooks, and kind of folks who run food service and other capacities. Reading Terminal. I actually don't think there's a command for that. There should be a command for Reading Terminal. I really actually should have a command for Reading Terminal. There might be one. Try command RTM. Or Reading Terminal, perhaps, if anyone's curious. But there might be one. There probably isn't. I would feel like I would remember if there was. Thanks, Odie. Nope, there is not. There should be, though. It's one of my favorite places in the entire city. I would probably venture to say it's my favorite food place in the city. I'm honestly very surprised I don't have a command for it, because I've been there before on stream. We did an IRL stream there. We'll go back again. We will definitely go back again. I was just watching Cheese Please the other day, who was out and about in Chinatown in Philly, getting what looked like some amazing treats for very little money. And then he was over in Reading Terminal too. And I was like, oh, anytime I see someone in Reading Terminal, I'm like, I want to be there too. All right, I'm adding the garlic because we're getting a little bit farther into these onions. Rocky, you took your Minnesota relatives to Reading Terminal when they visited? That makes sense to me. Anytime anyone ever comes to this city, and it's like, where should I go? Like, Reading Terminal is the first suggestion, and it's not even close. Because the thing with Reading Terminal is it's also super centrally located. So if you go there, then you can like pop out to the neighborhood or like walk down to Old City or a bunch of other things. You can check out City Hall. Like it's in the middle of the city. It used to be a train station, so like that makes sense. Dead ringer for a young Frank Zappa. Oh, that's a compliment. And he's just the right, and I don't think John would be offended if I said that he's just the right amount of Frank Zappa-esque, like, quirky and unique as well. I really enjoy Cheese's streams. I think that his candor and patter is great, and he's just a really interesting human who also, like, knows a lot about cooking. Super, thank you for the shout out. Yeah, John's great. He's a Philly guy too. So it's funny whenever I see him streaming IRL, I'm like, I could go to where you are if I wanted to right now. I don't, because that would be weird. But I feel like one of these times I'm gonna run into him out and about in the world. Whether one of us is streaming, who knows? But probably not. I'm probably just gonna see him in Rittenhouse Park one day and be like, "Cheers!" And he's gonna be like, "What?" I'm all freaked out. Who's this little guy coming up to me? I saw it in some documentaries about the U.S. Yeah, it's right up there. I mean, it's a long-term. It's been a market since forever, 1893, I think, if I recall correctly, and it's been that since it was started. Man enjoys his music totally. Never been to the U.S., so I wouldn't even know where to start. Well, I mean, obviously, like, if you were to go one specific place, you would do some research in that area. I think from as far as food cities go, I mean, Philly's great. Philly's wonderful for food cities. We do have an abundance of good foods and food culture in many of the cities around here, and not just in the cities, of course, but if you want like concentration of cuisine, that you've got to go to a city. I was just in Toronto for a couple days, and it was great because I did not eat at a single place that was like a burger joint. No offense to burger joints. Originally from New Jersey, hell yeah. Guy doing things, welcome in. Smell-o-vision, yeah. This is the command smells good, and you'll get the smell good. The smell good emotes. So I did not eat any poutine, unfortunately. They have to roll me back into the airplane. That's probably true. Hey, there they are. Rude. I know. I meant to. I really did. I really did mean to. I didn't, but I didn't, but I meant to. But I didn't. So, intent is meaningless without action. All right, we're going to get some of the tomato paste. I needed to use some stuff up this week, so tomato paste is one of those things. I'm not using all of it, but we're using a little bit more. We're using some of it. I'm not using none of it, so that's a good thing. We're trying to use some of it. Judah says, I've never had poutine. I don't think I've ever had good poutine. Odie says, I had poutine every day I was in Toronto, and pierogies. I saw several pierogi spots that were like just selling pierogies. Seemed amazing. You had poutine yesterday? You're allowed to stay in Canada. Congratulations. I had to leave. I spent 4 days there and didn't have any poutine, and they were like, please get out. I also did not have any maple syrup. I didn't even bring any back with me. My luggage, I carried on luggage instead of checking it because I didn't want to pay for checked luggage. And I packed that thing to the point where I couldn't take anything back. I brought back a t-shirt. They have pierogies in Toronto? Why? Like the real ones? Yeah. I mean, they seemed real. Toronto is... sorry, my bad. Toronto, no second T, is great because it's super multicultural. Like way more than where I am here in Philly. And the cuisine is very extremely varied because of that, and it's kind of nice. Vermont has perfectly good maple syrup. That is true. The last maple syrup I had came from Vermont. All right, here's what we're going to do. We are going to add our cooked tomatoes to this now. We've got our tomato paste. I've got some cooked tomatoes. They're roasted and very nice and brown. I've got some like fond on the pan in here that I'm scraping out. If I'd really considered this dish more, I would have roasted the tomatoes in this pot here. So we're going to add those in. Then we're going to add our meat back in. Then we're going to add our crushed tomatoes. before we add the crushed tomatoes. Let me scrape the bottom. I'm going to scrape the bottom here. So once we've got this boiling, I need to drain my orzo right now. Right now. Save your pasta water. Save some pasta water. Save your pasta water. Save your pasta water, Lou. Hey, Lou, save your pasta water.
This is your friendly reminder to save a cup of your pasta water.
There it is. All right, here goes the pasta. Thank you. All right, pasta water is confirmed saved. Orzo is out of the pot and into colander. I need to scrape the pot though. Hold on. Good. We're getting some more fond in here. All right. I just need to scrape this pasta pot out real quick because some of the orzo is stuck inside. And before it gets dry and impossible to remove, I'm going to scrape it. Once we get the tomato sauce into that pot on the screen right now, we'll do a quick break. We're going to do a 3-minute ad break, and we'll play probably 2 games of Words on Stream, unless folks really crush those 2 games, and then maybe we'll do a 3rd, but usually we only get 2. All right, that pasta pot is done. We're finished with that one. Let's come back over here. Give this a stir. So we're just kind of getting everything together here. Again, I'm going to scrape the bottom. That's what I was doing when I remembered that my pasta needed to get drained. There we go. There we go. Okay. Mr. Miami says Toronto's the nicest people in the world. I kind of agree with that. Everyone was really fantastic. All right. We do have an ad break coming up momentarily, but here's what we're going to do first. I'm going to take that and put it in. Then I'm going to take this other can of crushed Toms, put that in, and then what we'll do is this. I'm going to take a little bit of the pasta water, just a touch, not a ton, just a little bit, and we're going to swish it around in can number 1, and then we're going to transfer it to can number 2, and we're going to swish it around in can number 2 to get some of this tomato sauce out of there, and we're going to dump it in the pot. Put those cans on the counter, rinse my hands because they have tomato on them now, dry my hands, and give this a stir. And I need to also add some salt and pepper to this. Some salt and pepper, and then we're going to bring this back. We're going to bring this to a simmer while we are on an ad break. So, FYI. Let that go like that. I'm going to add a little salt, a little pepper. Sorry, I'm a little behind on chat. My bad. We'll get there. Whoa, we got a big plorp. Whoa, hello. Hey, whoa, buddy. Hold on. You're not supposed to be plorping yet. Chill. You never realized there isn't a pronounced second T in Toronto until you pointed it out. See, that's really, that's just how the Ontarians say it. Toronto. I keep messing it up, but it's, I'm trying. So far, save your pasta water. Thank you for the reminder. Japan people are very apologetic. I feel like I knew that. I feel like Gwen told me that. Yeah, the plorps are real, like for real, for real. They reach out and they're just like, here, have a second-degree burn in one specific spot on your arm. They still say it in Western Canada. That's funny. That's how you know. You're like, where are we? And you just listen to people talk. Okay, we're gonna add this thyme in there. I'm also gonna add, like I said, three other things. I'm gonna add some cheese brines that are gonna make this a little nice once the sauce is warm. I'm gonna add a little bit of red miso paste. So this is just some like miso paste that's been in the fridge chilling. Probably about a tablespoon, maybe a little more. And that'll melt down. We'll stir that in. We'll stir it. It'll melt once it gets a little bit warmer in there. Won't it? Yes. Okay. Put things back in the fridge as we continue onward. Okay, let's give this a stir. Give that miso paste a little bit of a press against the side of the pot. And here we go. I've always pronounced Toronto and never knew why, but my compadres in our Toronto office seem to think I got it right. Yeah. I mean, that's like, I was talking to my friend and they were like, this is what you're supposed to do. All right, we're going to take a quick break, play some words on stream. And then we'll be right back to finish this. Alrighty. Here comes a game of words and stream. Here it is. Here comes a quick ad on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, you're not going to get an ad, but you know, that's okay. Here comes a 3-minute ad. We'll be right back. We're going to play a game of words and stream in that time.
Hi, welcome to another edition of Commercials I Hate.
Alrighty. I am going to give this another little stir here. And I'm going to clean up the sink a little bit. I could turn my oven off now. I was going to put this better than bouillon, garlic bouillon in there, and I just decided not to because there's a lot of other flavors in there at the moment, and I don't think it's necessary. So we're going to abstain from the better than bouillon in the sauce. Oh well. Okay. I'm loading the dishwasher here. We've got quite a bit that can go in, which is wonderful. I always love when I can add a lot to the dishwasher meal that I'm streaming, because like often it's just like this stream. Often I don't get to, I don't know. Usually there's a lot of dishes at the end of the stream. It's just how it goes. And today there will be not as many. Also, it's nice because today's a pasta day and everybody in the house likes pasta, so everybody will be happy with that. All right, we definitely got time for one more game. If y'all really go through this one quick, we might have time for a third one, but I don't think so, but like maybe, but like probably not, but like, you know. Anyway. Okay. But we're getting there. We got 1 minute left on our ads. I'm gonna move my pasta over to this other counter because when I have it in the sink like that, it is gonna get stuff on it, and I don't like that. All right, sauce is looking a delight. I think there's going to be more sauce than I need for... Oh, wait. No, I forgot. I have kale. Oh, we'll put the kale in when we get back from break. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, we definitely want to put the kale in when we get back from break. Which should be very soon. Hey, good job. It's going to be real soon. It's going to be now, in fact, because our ads are ending momentarily. Good job, y'all. Crushed it. Alrighty. Wait, where am I looking at? I want wide with the stove. Oh, weird. I don't actually have that. I don't have the view that I wanted to. Do I have the view that I wanted to? No. That's weird. I thought I did. I don't. It exists. It doesn't matter. Welcome back. Hey, if you're experiencing an ad break on Twitch, sorry, that sucks. Welcome back. We've got our sauce going over here. Let me give a little shot of the sauce, and then we're going to add our kale in here. So we're just going to add some like leafy greens, and those are going to melt in. These are not going to be much of these are not going to be much of a presence in here, but they are going to be a slight presence. Once they get more incorporated, they'll lose some size as well. All right, let's get those completely tucked in here. And then I'm gonna add the shrimp in here also. I'm gonna add that bag of shrimp because we're getting to the point where this is just about a full meal. So we'll add the shrimp. Here's my thought. We're gonna add the shrimp in. First thing I'm doing, well, not first thing. I'm draining the shrimp into the sink. I'm actually gonna put the shrimp in a bowl real quick, and I'm gonna put them in the same bowl that the kale was in, and give them a quick rinse, just because they've been in the freezer, and I don't know. I'm just gonna get like whatever freezer funkiness might be on them off with a little rinse off here. And I rinse them in the bowl that I put the kale in, so they've got some kale stuck to them now, which is good because that is going to go into the pot too. All right, so here's what we're going to do. First, pause. Before we add the raw shrimp into here, we're going to taste it and see if this needs any kind of seasoning. Because it might. Probably should. It should need seasoning. It probably needs a little bit of salt, maybe some pepper. We'll see. But before I put raw shrimp in here, let's just give it a shot. Okay, that needs a couple things. One, that needs some oregano. Two, I neglected to put that garlic bouillon in there, but we're going to put some garlic powder because it definitely needs a little more garlic. It also needs a little bit of heat to it. Not a ton, but we're going to add some red pepper, crushed red pepper. Maybe that might be a ton of heat. I don't really know. That was more red pepper than I was anticipating putting in here, but that's okay. I'm also going to add a pinch of salt to this. I'm going to add a second big pinch of salt to this. And then we're going to crack some pepper into here as well. Rock, you would shrimp spring rolls? Hell yeah. Do them in like the air fryer? No chili taste? Yeah. I mean, if it's the sauce that came with it, I can't imagine. We're going a little spicier, Baker. I think that was more than I wanted to put in there, but that's okay. It'll all happen. Okay, good. That is seasoned okay. As I'm giving this a stir, I'm just going to start pulling out some of these little thyme stems that we're cooking in here. Eventually, I will pull out the cheese rinds, but in this moment, I'm not going to, unless one of them comes up easily or apparently. Usually with the cheese rinds, they like melt away into nothing, and you sort of just let that happen, and then sometimes you come across one on your plate, and it's like, good luck. There's a cheese rind. See, a little piece of one. Okay. Now, if I wanted to make this sauce much improved, I'd probably cook it for a lot longer. But we don't have that kind of time today. Toaster oven, got it. Toaster's always good. I really keep going back to thinking about an air fryer and like what that would be like. Because for stuff like that, it'd be great. All right, draining the shrimp. All right, about to put the shrimp in. Here come the shrimp. Shrimps. Okay, rinse my hands. Give those a stir. So these should cook just kind of like on their own. By the time this is finished and I put it in a bowl, these shrimp will be cooked. Because that's what shrimp do. They're just kind of like that. Yeah, Odie, I was thinking about the toaster and air fryer. The priciness of it is for sure a barrier, but I do think like I would use it a lot. I would use it in places right now where I use the oven, right? Broccoli, you don't use it very often. I have a lot of appliances that I don't use super often, so I'm familiar with that scenario. All right, I am going to add the Orzo in here now, because the Orzo, if you recall, is slightly undercooked. So I also want along with the shrimp, I want the Orzo to cook a little bit, just a little bit more. So I'm adding that. I have it in the colander. We're going to add this in. I need to do a little bit more work to get some of the rest of that out of the colander. It's a little sticky in there because I just put it in. I didn't put any like oil or anything like that on it. I just sort of put it in the colander and there it went. But this is definitely the consistency I was going for. Sort of like a soup, but also like a little stewy. Maybe a little bit like a gumbo. Or I said paella earlier, but I feel like paella is a little drier. This has definitely got a sauciness to it. Okay, so we're gonna, again, just let that come back up to temperature. My shrimp are looking pretty cooked, mostly. Yeah, shrimp are looking good already. They're opaque. That's really just what you want. Like, are the shrimp done? Can you see through them? No. Okay, they're done. Great. 350. Yeah, that's like, see, like right now, unless I thought about using it more often, like thought about how I would use it, 350 feels like a lot. But I do know like the good ones, the real good ones, like that's like the price. That's what they are. And what they do is also like multifaceted. What's the one brand? Is it the Cuisinart one that I'm thinking of? That's pretty well regarded. I forget. It doesn't really matter in this moment, but I know there's like one brand that's really good. It might be Oster. I don't recall. Angry Rock, hello. I think I said hi to you already, but on the chance that I didn't, or even if I did, I don't care. I'll say hi to you. I'll say hi to everybody twice. And not just because I'm generous, because I forgot whether I said hi to you or not. The Breville. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. That's what I was thinking of. I can see the logo in my head. This looks just about right. Let's let this maybe plorp another time or two. Cuisinart is a good food processor. Breville is definitely what I was thinking of, though. All right, let's give this another little shot with the Orzo in it. All right, what does that need? Ooh, got some heat. All right, there's definitely a little bit of heat in there. Not aggressive, though. This is a big enough pot where it's like not aggressive at all. All right, that is real tasty. I'm going to add just some more olive oil to this. So I like it a little greasier than it is. Probably added like 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil just there. Need to add more spice. Nah, it's good. It's in a good spot. It's in a good spot where I was like, oh, I got a little bit of red pepper there, but then I didn't like have any complaints about it. Like the red pepper asked to see the manager, but then like all they wanted to do was like complain for a little bit and leave. So it was okay. All right. I don't see any more. Oh, as soon as I say that, I see 2 more. There they are. I was gonna say, oh, 1 more. 2 more. Yeah. I'm still looking for those timepieces. I didn't tie them into any type of like packet or sachet or anything. I didn't even count how many were in there, so who knows? All right, but this is pretty all right. Pretty all right. All right, I'm going to leave that plorp over there on the stove for another moment or two while I grate some cheese, and then I'll put this in a bowl and we'll eat it. I say grate some cheese. I don't know if I have cheese. I do. Excellent. Lots of cheese. Perfect. There's one like steam bubble escaping from the bottom. That's funny. All right, I just need to turn this down. What I'm looking for right now, Baker, thank you. It is pretty good. I'm very happy with how this turned out. It's quite literally exactly what I was thinking. So that's always nice. When you're like, what kind of meal do I want? And then there it is, right in front of you. All right, I'm gonna grate this cheese and then we'll put this on a plate and be ready to eat. Despite getting a slightly later start than I wanted to today, or thought I was going to, not because of any reason technical. I was chatting with a friend at the playground for longer than I expected. But yeah, this all came together pretty quick. So I am going to be streaming tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow sometime between 10:30 and like 11:15, I would say. It's going to be a cooking stream, so we'll be right back here in the kitchen. And I'm thinking of baking something. I haven't baked something in a while. I had some carrot cake the other day that I really loved and would love to have more of. Honestly, I've baked carrot cake on stream before, but I think I'm going to do some baking. I'm not really sure exactly where my head is at is cake. I want to do like a layer cake, like a 3-layer round cake with icing in between. But I don't know what kind yet. I'm leaning towards carrot because I've just had a taste for it recently, but we'll see. So we're going to do some baking tomorrow, and I also want to test the beet salad recipe. So yesterday on stream, we made some beet salad, cold beet salad with sour cream and honey and sesame seeds. Real good. We ate all of it last night. So that was like a nice testament to, hey, this is not too bad. I wrote up the recipe today, or I wrote 80% of the recipe today. I'll finish it before tomorrow. And I'm also going to test that recipe tomorrow on stream. So we're going to bake some beets and make a beet salad. And then we're going to bake something. It might be cookies. It's going to be a treat. Basically, like, I need like a treat in this house. I need like a baked good of some kind. And so I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But again, I don't know what kind. So we'll figure it out. Definitely some baking tomorrow. I'm thinking a layer cake. That's my goal. Broccoli, chicken tikka masala samosas sound fantastic. I love samosas. I love tikka masala. I love tikka specifically. Nothing wrong with being on a fried food kick. That's certainly allowable. All right, we got lots of cheese, and then the family will also want shaky sawdust cheese, and we have that too. All right, pasta's looking good. We got our Do we have shaky sawdust cheese in the fridge? No, we don't. But I know we have it in here because I just bought it. If they're going to ask for it, I might as well just get it out. Right. Ingredient number 2. Cellulose. Great. No judgment, but like a little bit. It's like sawdust literally on the ingredient label. Blaze King, welcome in. I like your name. Perhaps we would be friends. Just saying. All right, wipe my cutting board off into the sink, flip it over for the picture. You know, I take pictures of my food. Y'all see me take all these pictures of the food. Take pictures of everything I do in the kitchen. I don't post them anymore. I just like stopped posting on Instagram entirely. Also, like Instagram being a meta platform now, not a fan. But you know, it's been a meta platform. But you know, recent developments have soured me just so slightly on Instagram as a platform and service. But I take all these photos, but I don't actually do anything at all with them. I should probably just post them in like Discord or something. Yeah. I should post them in Discord while I'm live. That would be certainly one way to keep myself in check on it. I'm going to bring this over to the counter here. Yeah, I just stopped posting, but I still take the photos, so, you know, that's a good thing, I suppose. Sawdust was literally an ingredient in wartime bread. I believe that. I certainly believe that. Yeah, now with more cellulose. Just throw some good parm in the blender and it turns away in the same powder consistency. Does it? I've never put good parm in the blender before. I've always done it by hand. I didn't know you could put good parm in the blender. That's not true. I have put good parm in the blender, but only when I'm making pesto. And it wasn't to make sawdust cheese. It was to make pesto. Hello? All right, the family's home. Everybody be nice. ETA, it's ready. I'm putting it in bowls and trying it on stream. Daisy did not ask to go outside. If she peed in the hallway, she didn't ask. I've let her out on stream plenty of times. If she'd have asked to go outside, I would have noticed it. Odie, that is insidious and sneaky, and I love it. And maybe we'll do that. A Stampy fan. Hello, it's me, Stampy. Yes. Yes, I am. Do you see that? Do you see the bag? That's actually my son's bag. But I put it there because I also like Stampy. And I didn't, to be fair, I didn't like grow up with Stampy, nor did I grow up with YouTube because that didn't exist. But I do like Stampy's channel. Okay. Let's put this in a bowl. Yeah, this looks great. This is ask your mother if she minds.
Mother.
Cal, not right now. Yeah, not right now. Just right now, take your uniform off, settle in. Don't get back on your iPad because then you'll get sucked in. Why don't you set it up and then we'll go from there, okay? Okay. I'm gonna get a shrimp to put on top of here for the sake of the gram. Although, like I said, you know, we're not so much doing the Instagram as much, but whatever. You know what I mean. All right, photo. A photo for me. All right. Beautiful. Yes. Sure. Even the orchestra is beautiful. Here's what we made for dinner. This is a pasta dish. This is orzo. In this sauce is garlic and onion. There is a mixed meat in here. I think it's veal and beef and pork. There's also kale and shrimp. Some tomato paste, some tomato sauce, some pepper, some garlic, some red pepper, and then a little Parmesan on the top.
Would right now be a good time to ask Dad?
No. Okay. Yeah, that's dinner.
Wait.
Just go ahead, because she's not going to let it go until you do. All right. Let me get some forks. I guess we'll do... Okay. I guess we'll do forks for this one. Cal, I'm going to give you a bill then so you can start eating right away. I know, but like, you're going to finish setting up before I'm finished with what I'm doing, and I want you to be able to start eating. Do you want to play with the clock? Cal's asking me if we can play chess during dinner. Yes. Yeah, I would prefer to play with the clock if we're playing during dinner. Okay. Here's your dinner. Belly flops, welcome in. Welcome in. No, belly, like beaten. No. Look, just read it. It's on the screen.
This thing.
You're under duress at the moment, aren't you? I'm sorry. Are you ready to eat, or are you going to clean up?
Give me food.
Okay, she's gonna eat before cleaning up the dog urine. Okay, I'll do bedtime. Since I'm committing to chess, I'll do bedtime and you do the urine. You do the urine. Not many.
Max, give me a look.
Who's giving you a look? Your son? No. Here.
That feed's gonna melt in 2 seconds. I'm gonna eat it.
Okay. Welcome in. This is what we made. This is what we made for dinner tonight. Shrimp. Some shrimp, some kale, some mixed meat. Mixed meat. Orzo. I forgot to say the orzo. You two sound like my parents. We are parents. There's a 9-year-old in the room who is in need of consistent parenting. It's true, though. What? I said that he was in need of consistent parenting. We're just trying. 9.5. Right, Dan. Thank you.
Get it one.
See? You're right. Kathy, thank you. All right. This is really good. I like that the kale is just like a little... It's like a non-issue, because like I said. It has just enough heat that you can tell that there's like pepper in here, but it's not the... There's no like face melting. There's no like real sweating. Yes, I would like the clock. It is a little soupy. Like it's
Yeah,
yeah, it has like a broth, like a stewed element to it. That's good. And there's lots of leftovers, which is amazing.
it's good.
Microwave pouch of wild rice and grilled chicken breast. Kathy, I bet your dinner took a lot less time to make than mine. That's valid too. Well, I'm very happy with this. I'm very happy with where this one landed today. Sometimes you're not really sure. And you're like, yeah, I kind of want like a soupy thing. I mean, like, imagine my intention today was to make this with beans as opposed to shrimp, but the shrimp is good in here. Yeah, the belly flop, she did. She peed on the floor. While Gwen and Calvin were out at karate, apparently Daisy peed on the hallway floor. I don't know when that happened.
Dad.
I did not hear her ask to get let out. So, in my defense, and Daisy is, Judo, Daisy is 12. So Daisy turned 12 this past fall.
October 16th.
Yes. Right around October. We're not really sure when her birthday is. We got her when she was roughly 3 months old in from a shelter. So she is TBD age, but she's somewhere, her birthday is somewhere around there. Yeah, Gwen says she was born in October, so we will of course take
You will do it as it.
we will take her word for that. Okay, where are we going today? Let me tell you what we're doing tomorrow. Yeah, Judo, she's no, she's old, belly flop. She's an old dog. And she is, Judo, she is allowed to pee on the floor from time to time at this stage of life. It doesn't make it less frustrating, but you can't be upset at her over it. You just kind of have to like roll with it because that's how it goes, right? That's how old dogs are. You know, you can't change it. You just gotta adjust. Yeah. Just like Cal said, she's cute, so you can't really punish her. That's exactly right. That is exactly accurate. Okay, I think we are going to, unless someone has really just strong inclination for something else, we are going to stay in the food and drink category. We're going to raid Dana's kitchen today. Dana was in chat a little earlier. And we like Dana. She's a nice human, makes good food, and has good conversations. So we're gonna drop folks off in Dana's kitchen stream. All right, Luke, thank you for saying hello. I appreciate you. You know what? I saw that you said hi yesterday too, and I don't think I actually said anything. So hello for yesterday and today. Blazio, 7 adults and 7 puppies. That's a lot of dogs. There's a lot of dogs. That's cool, though. That's like they're sort of, I would imagine they're sort of like self-policing at this point. Dana and Robbie are good folks. That's correct.
Get you later on down.
I do usually. I usually catch it, and sometimes I don't. And when I don't, I'm sorry, but I know that I always appreciate it. All right, raid is started. We have some raid messages in chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We also have a few social media links in chat. If you are on YouTube and you enjoy YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe there. If you're not watching on YouTube currently and you want to click over there, that'd be great. And hit the subscribe button or like button. Like and subscribe. Anyway, Calvin just laughed at me.
All right.
Anyway, if you're watching and not following and you're like, hey, this was if you're watching and not following and this was interesting to you, maybe hit the follow button. That'd be cool too. There's no alerts. There's no noise when you follow. It just happens. And then if you chat, I'll say hi to you. Baker, I appreciate you too. Darlene, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. We'll be live tomorrow sometime between 10:30 and 11:15 a.m. We'll be in the kitchen and we'll be doing some cooking. It's nice to have y'all. I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. If I don't see you tomorrow, maybe I'll see you in chat.